Welcome to the Heal Your Hunger Show, where we get to the heart of why you overeat and how to stop. If you struggle with food and weight like I did, welcome home.
Welcome, everybody, to the Heal Your Hunger Show. So happy to have you here. It is a great day to be alive. And I want to share a little bit of sad news. Before I do that, I just want to say I'm recording live from the Secret Sauce group. So if you're not in the Secret Sauce group, that's where I do my shows. Okay. Not all of them, but a lot of them. And that's on Facebook at the Secret Sauce to End Emotional Eating. And that's where you can see it first, hear it first, and be a part of a community of people who want to better their relationship with food and improve their lives. So I'd love to have you there. Okay. You know, I'm committed to being real with you. It's one of the things it's one of the pieces of feedback I get often. And it's one of the best things somebody could say about me is that I'm real. So, um, you know, the beautiful thing about Heal Your Hunger is we're all about, learning how to feel, deal, and heal our feelings. And if we don't learn that skill, we won't ever overcome emotional eating. So people think, you just have to find the right thing to eat or the right diet or the right whatever, pill, potion, lotion. And my experience is what it really takes is learning how to be with your feelings and move through your feelings and not react to your feelings with food. So, I'm here to share. I did share, I think, earlier this week about the man who was the biggest impact on my life and the man who changed my life and the man responsible for my even being here and having created Heal Your Hunger, and that is Roy Nelson. Roy was a very special being, and he passed just a few days ago. So he passed at age 79, and he leaves behind people who felt very blessed to learn from him and to be mentored by him and to model him and his good habits, because he was somebody that had healed and overcome emotional eating and obesity. So I was one of those people, and I really wouldn't be here right now talking to you if he hadn't entered my life and given me so much time and so much love. So he was also my husband at one time. And, that's just another aspect of our relationship. The last 5 years, we were simply family to each other. So I just want to share because I am feeling the feels. I'm feeling the feels, and I have an incredible amount of grief. I'm going to try not to cry as I do this, just because I put my makeup on for the first time in several days. So I'm like, please don't cry, please don't cry. And so it'd just be better if I didn't cry. Although if I cry, I cry. And that's what I teach my clients. I think as a culture, we're so conditioned to apologize for crying. Like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm getting emotional. And I'm like, we should be apologizing for stuffing our feelings. Come on. Like, not the other way around. So, yes, I am incredibly sad. I feel, grief like I'm not sure I've ever felt. My father died 22 years ago, and that was incredibly painful. So I would say this maybe parallels that, but probably exceeds it, because Roy was such a part of my life on a daily basis up until the end. We were in each other's hearts. We were soulmates. We helped each other. I think he would say he learned much from me as well, in the latter years. And we were able to help each other. So I'm so grateful for that. I'm so Just a minute. Answer my door. Hello. So anyway, I'm just here to tell you that I am a student forever. I'm forever a student of the work that I teach. It's work that I and it's work that I carry on. I'm very proud to carry the message of hope that Roy carried to me. And I will continue to do that with all the passion that I have, which is a lot. Probably a little bit more right now because I just my life's work is so important and so inspired by Roy. So his passing just amps up that passion a little bit more. So I'm really grateful. Roy had a book, has a book called Love Notes from Hell. It's on Amazon. Love Notes from Hell. And as many of you know, I have a book called Heal Your Hunger, and they're both on Amazon. And these are great reads. His story was very different from mine. He was morbidly obese, over 100 pounds overweight, and he was crippled by panic attacks and phobias. For a good part of his life before he started his recovery journey about 46 years ago. So yeah, he went through it. He had incredible trauma, deep trauma, like a childhood you wouldn't want to wish on anybody. Very sad, child of a sadistic alcoholic father. So he suffered a lot and he overcame a lot. And then in his overcoming, he shared his message with other people. And of course, I was one of those people at a very young age. I was very blessed to have just taken to his message, and everything else I was doing wasn't working. And I said, I want to learn from you. So if you happen to have known Roy and, experienced him in real life, you're very lucky because he's kind of an experience. He was funny. He was quirky. He could catch you off guard with his humor or his directness. As I told him early on in our mentoring relationship, that I said his job was to comfort me when I was afflicted and to afflict me when I was comfortable. Boy, did he do that. He did it really well. And so, so we traveled a path together of 35 plus years in different iterations. As I said, he was my mentor, he was my husband, then he was my ex, but always family to me. So I'm just here to share that, there's only one way, and my experience is that way is through your feelings, through the grief, through whatever you're going through. And if you don't have a support system to help you get through it without overeating, chances are you'll overeat. Chances are food will be your first line of defense. Because as emotional eaters, it always was that way, right? Like anything tough, anything that felt like too much to handle, food was there. And so no matter what our health goals, no matter what diet we're following, if we don't have the tools to address stress and the hard things in life, the things that feel like they're going to overtake us, tip us over, be impossible to face, without new tools to replace the food will be what we turn to. So I am so grateful right now to be feeling my feelings. I cry on a daily basis, and I cry not on schedule, not when I'm without makeup or in my bed with tissues in my hand. I cry when I cry because grief is that way. I learned that when my dad died, that it's grief has a life of its own, and it doesn't give a rat's ass what you have to say about it. It's going to come when it comes. So I just cry when I need to cry because I don't want to stuff it. I don't want to stuff it. I don't care if I mess up my makeup. I don't care if people look at me funny. I don't care if other people are uncomfortable. I'm sorry, but I don't. They can deal with their feelings. They can feel, deal, and heal too. So I don't people please other people who might be uncomfortable. I mean, I don't fall apart in front of everybody, but I'm just saying that if I did, that's okay. You know, we're just not used to feeling feelings in our culture, and feelings are what free us. Feeling feelings is what frees us from overeating, from drinking, from smoking pot, from, making dumb mistakes, um, from getting cancer, right? So I'm doing my best with God's grace to feel my feelings, cry when I need to cry. I do a lot of talking. I'm talking to my partner. I'm talking to my friends who knew Roy. We're going through it together. We're supporting each other. I have incredible community supporting me, and I have, a coach. I have people who will hear me and validate my feelings and be with me, and and I need that. I must have that, or else food's it, right? It's one or the other. Community, love, boots on the ground, people to be there for me, or food. And I'm just here to say, the community is a better choice. Love is always better than food. So if you don't have that community set up, if you're not set up to get support in place of food, I hope you find that. Certainly in the Heal Your Hunger community, we're all about it. We're meeting on a regular basis on Zoom. We're supporting each other. People are getting coached. They have a program to follow. If you're not a part of that, if you don't have that and you want that, the Secret Sauce Group is awesome, but take it to the next level and get, a program that is structured, where you'll have accountability, where you'll get coached, where you will be held in love 24/7. And that's available for, through Heal Your Hunger. And you can certainly go to healyourhunger.com to explore what that's about on a complimentary breakthrough session. So I just say that because if you're like, wow, that I could use something like that, check it out. We're here to support you and to help you learn how to build new tools for coping with hard things without turning to food. It's something to learn. It doesn't just happen. When you have a habit of overeating when times are stressful and you've had that habit for decades, you're not going to just turn on a dime and change that habit. You have to learn how to change that habit. You have to learn new habits. So thankfully, with Roy's help, that's what I've learned. That's what I've learned. That's what I practice every single day. That's what I do. And I'm, again, by the grace of God, I do that. And it's one day at a time. But boy, it's a whole nother way to live. I hate the grief. I hate it. It's hard. It's painful. I feel so sad. Death is so friggin' permanent. Oh my God, I just want to call him. I want to hear him. I want to hear him, his funny jokes. I want to hear his quirkiness. I want to laugh with him. I want to hug him. And I can't do that. And that leaves me with a heaviness. That leaves me with a sense of powerlessness. That leaves me with grief. But the only way out is through. Roy used to quote Churchill, who said, if you're going through hell, keep going. So I'm going through my own kind of hell right now. Could be worse, but I'm grateful that I'm feeling. I'd much rather feel than eat any day of the week. As painful as it is, it passes. If I eat, I stuff the feelings, and buried feelings are buried alive. So they don't go anywhere. They're inside of you. If I stuff them, I'm not feeling them. So I not only have the feelings, but then I have all the food and the calories and the, weight gain and feeling crappy and having my skin not look so hot and feeling separate from people and feeling self-disgust. I mean, you know how it is. You know how it feels to binge and hide out in food. It sucks. It's awful. It separates us from other people and separates us from God. But if we're willing to go through the feelings, it connects us with people. I'm humble. I'm hurting. I'm praying. I'm crying out to God in the middle of the night. I'm trying to think of God every moment because I'm in so much pain. It connects me. It doesn't separate me, it connects me. And that's how it should be, because we need connection and we need love and we need people. And God works through people. So, oh my goodness. I really just wanted this to be a short message. Please put in the comments anything that comes to you. I'd love to hear you. I want to feel connected to you. I appreciate you, and I appreciate your participation in the Secret Sauce group. If you're clients of mine and you're in the HYH community Facebook group and in the program, I appreciate you. I'd love to hear from you. Please put comments here as well. And anybody listening on the podcast, come to the Secret Sauce group. Make that your first bold step in healing your relationship with food. So anyway, I'm really excited to move through this shit. Not that I'm not going to have grief. I'm going to have grief for a long time. Roy, we were in each other's lives for 35 and a half years. That's a long time. It's a long time. He's free as a bird. He's living in light. He's one with God. And I'm in life, doing life and feelings. So I'm glad he's free. He had a lot of feelings. He was a feeling guy. As emotional eaters, we have deep feelings. He was a deep feeler. So I'm hoping he's dancing and singing with God and whoever else. I don't know how that all works, but I know it's good. I have a strong faith that, the kingdom of God, while we can feel it right here on earth, is even better, in the heavenly realm. So I'm excited for him. He deserves to have that. He's worked really hard, and I want him to sing and dance and live in joy. And I'm so grateful for his love and his support. He deserves to be free. He deserves to be totally free. So thanks for listening. Got to feel the feels. There's no way out but through. And it's not so bad. We can get through it. I love you so much. Thanks for tuning in. Please reach out to us and please comment here. Or if you're listening to the podcast, please join the Secret Sauce group and take that bold step. I love you so much.
If you enjoyed this podcast and want to get free support, insider health info, exclusive invites to events, and more, visit healyourhunger.com.